We organise VIP boxing down at Riley's Gym in Sheffield.
Yep, we're in Sheffield.
I don't know, you gave me the postcode, I type in it just takes me there, and I hopefully arrive by magic. But lovely gym, but freezing cold.
Oh, so it's cold on there. Pete and me train at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's freezing in here. So, yeah, it's a nice change coming in a bit later on today.
Well, we come to catch up with you because the return on. You fought, and was it last November?
Yeah, 30th of November, yeah.
At Bolton, where you fought an eliminator for the English and Commonwealth Super Welterweight titles, and ended up in a draw. So before we go on about that, we've got it back on again on the 8th of March, back at Bolton, same venue, but this time is better because no eliminator. This is for the Commonwealth Silver title, which hopefully whoever wins puts you in pecking order for fighting for the Commonwealth. Yeah,
definitely. It's a big opportunity, isn't it? Thanks to, obviously, VIP for having me back on as well, and thanks for my manager, Steffi Bull, getting it sorted. So appreciate both parties coming together and getting it for a title. So, big thanks to everyone involved, really.
Yeah, well, no, listen, it was a good fight last time. I think you both will say, I'm going to speak to James tomorrow. He felt he could have done more. He felt he won. You felt he won. And the referee felt it was a draw. And whether that's right or wrong, I don't really know. I was listening to the commentators, and I think the commentators had you winning 6-4. But it was a very, very close fight, a very tight fight. Battle of the jabs. In fact, it was a very cagey fight, in the fact that you both had a lot to lose and not too much to gain. And this is what I like about the rematch, is you both got everything to gain and nothing to lose, because there's a title on the line this time.
Yeah, it's like I say, we can just both roll the dice, can't we? In this one, there's a big title for grabs, and I think as well, I think like I respected him as a boxer going into that fight, so you can't go out all guns blazing against someone who's good as well. So I thought, I think I don't think he was cagey as such. I just think you respect what's your opponent can do, can't you? So you can't get silly in there, can you?
Well, can you take anything from that fight? I presume you watched it back, but you see things that perhaps you should have, could have done and didn't, and you can rectify in the rematch?
Yeah, definitely. Like Pete obviously tells me what I need to do better, and then I go in and do that. So that's we know what we need to do next time to make sure that it's kind of, we thought we won the first one. I don't think I thought I did by a good few, but this time you can't leave any doubts. You just got to do what you've been told to do to make sure that it's not for debate. Really.
What was Pete saying to you? Because I've just been watching you today on the pads, and obviously you've known about this for a while now. Because near enough straight after the fight, you knew there was potentially going to be a rematch, and you found out just before Christmas. Am I right?
Yeah. I feel like I think we both knew straight away that's the fight we wanted. So I think we just kind of we'd have both been in the mindset of getting ready for that. So it's good that it got sorted, and then we kind of thought, right, let's get it.
Well, as the fight was progressive, as it was happening, what was you saying to the corner? Were you, like you say, you were saying you were comfortable. Was your coach comfortable that you were heading around?
Yeah, like we thought. Every time Pete thought he won a round, he told me, because he does. He's very honest, and he's there's no yes men in our team like Rob, Pete. Everyone was saying, you've lost that round, which were very rare. I think we give him a couple of rounds, and then rest at time, he was saying, look, you've won this round, and then towards the back end of the fight, I felt like I just put a good stamp on it to finish. So I thought I had it by a few rounds, and it wasn't really that close. But like I say, it is what it is.
This is one thing I learned. I never boxed pro, but I boxed amateur. Once I lost the fight, and I genuinely felt I'd won easily. I genuinely felt like I won easily. It was one of the few fights I have videos, so I can't go back and watch it. But what I learned from that was, the biggest lesson I learned was, if I feel comfortable in a fight, I'm not doing enough. Do you know what I mean? That's what I found out about myself. If I felt like it was easy, then really it shouldn't have been. I should have made sure I was uncomfortable in there, and then that would have brought the best out of me. But
I do understand that, but I also thought every time he landed a shot, I was landing a few more. So I thought, well, I'm answering every exchange. I'm on top. I'm throwing more shots. I never at one point felt under pressure. Never felt like he was forcing a pace. I felt like I was in control of everything. Right. And I thought, but obviously all that matters is what the referee thinks.
Yeah. It's a hard job for the referee.
Well, it is like, why is a referee scoring a 10-round fight though? I don't get that. But that's a different debate anyway. But regardless of that, we've got a chance to put it right this time, and that's all that matters, isn't it? It's just, go out and do it right this time.
On a great card, I've just been looking at there. I was showing you before. We've got some good 50-50 fights in there. We've got VIP versus VIP on there. Some great learning fights for some of our young prospects there. So it should be a great show. I think it's 12-fight card. And not only are we going live on our VIP YouTube channel, but we're also going live with Boxing News YouTube channel. So you're going to be opening yourself to a much wider audience. I think there's a possibility 140,000 people could be watching with their subscribers and ours. So it's a good night, mate. But just forgetting about the fight, because we never got a chance to talk to you, before the fight, except for the weigh-in where we had a little chat, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we know your record. You're 16-1-1, 16-1 at the time then. But how did you get into boxing?
I've just always been a fan of it, really. And then I was just sick of I was just sick of kind of doing team sports and things. So I just wanted to give something a go.
Well, what did you do any sport before?
Yeah, played rugby league. Not to the level I'm boxing at. Just played, enjoyed it, and then kind of. I was just bored, and then. But the thing is with boxing, it just gives you such an outlet, doesn't it?
Who took you to the gym? Who took you to a boxing
gym?
Or did you just go with a mate?
No, one of my mates were coaching down at a boxing gym, and I just said, can I come down and have a move around with you, see what it's like? So he took me down, and then I didn't take to it easy or anything, because I was a lot heavier. I was slow. I was just a bit like a box, really.
but that's not, because you're the Hurricane. That's your nickname, and you have got an engine on you.
Yeah.
And do you know something? Moorcroft's got a good engine on
as
well. And I think we were talking before, weren't we? You both moved back up to this weight from being welterweight, and sometimes you don't fix things that are not broke, do you?
No.
And you can perhaps stay out of weight too long, especially the older you get. I think that was the case for you, wasn't it? And I think that's definitely the case for James. So I'm excited for March the 8th, because I think after you experience one another for 8 rounds, I think you're both going to bring something different. And if you do, and both bring your A game, then we're in for a treat, aren't we?
Yeah, it's gonna gel, isn't it? Because he's obviously going to go away and think, right, I need to do this, this, and this, and I've done the same. So we're going to come back with we've looked at everything, and as I'm sure they have, and we're just ready to go again. But yeah, it's good because there's a lot of respect there, but there's a lot of kind of unfinished business in the terms that I certainly thought I won the fight and stuff, and obviously it's up to me to make sure that there's no kind of doubts this time. So, and I'm sure James will think the same. So there's no way it's not going to be a good fight.
No, I definitely think that as well. Like I say, as we said before, when there's a title on the line and it's vacant, it always brings out something special in fighters. But before, let's go back, because we digressed, didn't we? And so you went down to the gym. Which gym was that you went to?
White Rose in Wakefield. That's where I'm from. So yeah,
how many fights did you have then as an amateur?
About 30 odd as an amateur. So yeah, just kind of get busy as much as possible, trying to learn as much. Did all right, to be fair. Boxing at light heavyweight, and I was doing all right because I was a lot smaller than a lot of the lads, but I carried a lot of power, just being naturally heavier. And then obviously when I turned pro, I kind of dropped down a lot.
Well, did you compete all the time then as a light heavyweight, as an amateur?
Yeah.
You stayed there. Okay. And what made you think about then having to move down in weights then? Because it's a big drop, that light heavyweight to welterweight, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think when you turn pro and stuff, you've kind of, everyone's, the proper athletes out there, serious athletes, and you can't carry any extra weight, can you? You've got to be in the best shape, and naturally, the more you train, the more you kind of worked hard to get used to the pro game. The weight naturally fell off, and then you thought, right, well, I'm comfortable at this weight, so I can get down to this. But obviously, the mistake I made was kind of just trying to make welterweight for too long. But then you learn and then you move up, don't you? And the thing is, every time a belt's been on the line, I've won them fights, so I thought I can get through it. I can find a way to get through it.
Well, I mean, you caught us, I presume, because is it Darren Tetley local to this area? Leeds, isn't it?
Well, he's Bradford, so Wakey Bradford. So
right.
yeah,
so
you were quite.
That was a big derby, that wasn't it? And
yeah.
I presume, even though you were the champion, I presume you were a big underdog going into that fight.
Yeah, because obviously he's had some big wins, and he beat like Mason Cartwright, won the WBO European. You were a top class amateur, so yeah, in terms of pedigree and in terms of what he did as a pro, he was head and shoulders above me at that point. But I think, like I say, I just kind of wouldn't stop working that night, and it's kind of that's what I kind of do really. Just keep going and going. But that's what kind of so you were saying about the fight with James and stuff, where you thought I could have done a bit more and that. Well, you know, I felt in that. I felt like I was in that much control. I didn't have to do that bit more. So this time, you can just leave it all in there, can't you? It's just.
Well, that's what excites me, because I know he has regrets. I know you have regrets. So I don't think you're both going to step out of the ring, and I don't think either of you are going to have any regrets, and one of you will be a winner. Yeah,
that's it. Like, and the thing is as well, it's kind of that's it. It's kind of full respect to him and his team and that, and you know, it's kind of. I know I prepared for the best version of him first time round, and I'm preparing for the best version of him again. And I know he's good, but I just believe that I won the first one, and I'm going to win this one in you know, by any means necessary, because I'm just not leaving it to. I just don't want to leave it to referee again. It's just I was so annoyed after that, because I thought you know, as a fighter, you know if you've won, you know if it's close, and I've got this. And my team were really honest with me, and they'd just tell me, like, you know, they'd tell me, like, they thought it were a draw. They thought if I lost, and they said, like, you've got this, you've won. Yeah. So, you know, I trust their opinion over anybody's, really. So, obviously, I know it's annoying because it's only referees that matters, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, like I say, even though I'm team VIP, you know, I like to think I'm neutral, and I watched bits of it. I watched bits of it when I got back home, as you were always doing those things. But I did listen to the commentator, and they had it close. I think Mike Gormley had you winning 6-4. I think Darren Reese had it level, so it was close, mate. And now it's for one of you to make sure it isn't close.
What does it tell you? VIP commentators have me winning. What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
What it tells you is that we're not biased.
Oh yeah,
we're a good show to vouch.
All right. Well, you haven't me back anyway to prove it. So.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm genuinely looking forward to it, on a great card with a great undercard with some other 50-50 fights, some VIP versus VIP, which is always good, and a VIP against a former VIP fighter. So there's hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun on the night. And, but it's going to be a long night, and you've got a long wait there.
I know. I'll be sleeping in changing rooms, no doubt.
Hey, but what a great venue to box at, though, isn't it?
Brilliant, really good setup.
Really good.
Really good.
I do like it. It's my favourite place to work. Because you can see everything that's happening, even when you're upstairs. You're not stuck in a changing room, dwelling on what you're about to do. You can be relaxed, and you can actually enjoy the night if that's possible as a fighter.
Can you just tell some of these prospects to start knocking people out so you can get through them quicker?
That's what's going to make it good, mate.
We need some knockouts so we can get to the main event quicker.
Listen, you take care, Dom.
No, thanks.
We'll see you on the 8th, and hopefully, come fight week, we can find out how preparations will. Perhaps a little head-to-head between you and James, and Louise, our media girl, can chair it.
Yeah, it'll be a boring head-to-head because I ain't got all bad to say to him.
Well, you didn't have anything bad last time, so. But I think there's that little bit of needle now, not in a bad way, in the fact that...
It's just professional rivalry, isn't it? It's just we both want to win. Yeah. Like, that's simple as that, really.
And like you said, with the title being on the line, it makes all the difference, doesn't it, mate? No one has anything to lose. You just both have something to gain.
Yeah, that's it.
Don, take care, mate.
No, thanks for having us. Thanks for coming down as well.
See you later, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.